Development of the highly anticipated Pokemon Ruby 2 ROM hack continues in full swing, as we're now entering its 6th month of development. I'm here to show you the progress of where we're at and how you can help bring the project to life even sooner. For those of you who have been active on my Discord or have seen my YouTube community posts, you know that I didn't make much progress on this ROM hack during the month of May because of how busy I've been in my personal life. Last month I got married and spent some time off on vacation, but now I'm back at it creating videos and working on the Ruby 2 ROM hack. I also wanted to quickly say thanks to all of you for helping us reach 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is a huge milestone and accomplishment for the channel. I'd also love to give a huge shout out to the following YouTube channel members and those who contributed through the Crazy Kingdom Discord server by purchasing available Emerald Mini wallpapers, which are still available at the Discord link below. Alright, so I know you guys are super thirsty for some more Pokemon Ruby 2 gameplay footage and features, so I'll show a few things I'm working on as well as the help I need to complete this ROM hack faster. My goal is to have Pokemon Ruby 2 released by the end of September, but just know the ROM hack will not be released until it's in a strong, playable, and stable state, which will require a lot of testing. This means I'm looking for some beta testers. Look! Here comes Rayquaza with the steel chair! A full team of beta testers will be very helpful because it's impossible for me to tackle all the glitches and bugs in the game by myself, especially because I'm mostly a one-man team for this project. Now, we launched a beta testing team for my last ROM hack, Pokemon Emerald Mini, but unfortunately, out of the dozens of people I gave beta access, only a few of them were actually contributing to finding bugs and reporting back to me so I can fix them. I understand many of you would love to get your hands on the Pokemon Ruby 2 ROM hack early, but if you're just itching for the gameplay and not actually helping its development, then just be patient and wait for the full version for a better experience. To fix the beta testing issue of last time, I will now be extremely more selective as to who I allow beta access. I've created a forum in which you must fill out to be a part of the beta testing team, and I will have questions for you to answer to prove you're actually willing to help with the development of Ruby 2. All of our beta testing discussions and builds will be in a private Discord channel, so joining my Discord server is the first requirement if you want to contribute to the beta. Also understand, joining this team is a completely unpaid role, so only join if you're willing to be a part of the Ruby 2 beta testing development team, whose names I will shout out in future videos. That's all I have to say about the beta testing for now. I'll collect the forms you guys fill out and we'll pick candidates based on qualifications, and even some randomness, so if you don't get picked, don't feel left out because I just want a small circle for easier communication. Now that the beta testing discussion is out of the way, there's still some more development that I could really use help for from the community. If any of you have the skills and are interested, I'm looking for some sprite designers and those who have expertise in GBA music insertion. Since Ruby 2 takes place 10 years after the original timeline of Pokemon Ruby, many of the familiar characters have changed, meaning I would like them to have some cool new designs. For example, Champion Steven got a really cool sprite overhaul inspired by his alternate costume in the Pokemon Masters EX mobile game. I would actually really love if more Hoenn characters receive these designs from Masters EX, because the mobile game provides some really cool outfits to familiar characters. Again, if you want to help with the sprites, you can join the Crazy Kingdom Discord server and share some designs. Now, if any of you are skilled with GBA music insertion, I'm looking for some custom music for Pokemon Ruby 2, but it has to use the original voice groups from the game, so it can fit the theme of being a Gen 3 game. If you have no idea what voice groups are and don't know about inserting MIDI files into SAPI for GBA ROMs, then don't worry about it. These are skill sets very few people have. I've only added one new track to the game so far, which is the Monster House theme from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I did my best using existing voice groups from Pokemon Emerald, but it still doesn't sound that good. Now that I've mentioned the Monster House feature from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you guys are probably gonna go crazy if I don't explain this feature in the game. One of the caves in the game triggers a Monster House in which a bunch of Whismur and Loudred fall down and attempt to battle you. This was really fun to add and a great throwback to the Mystery Dungeon games. It's just a little sequence that allows you to battle all these Pokemon in a row, and it's something that will be very rare in the game. I've only added one so far, and it turned out great, so I'd love to have more of them in the game later on. Another thing I've been working on quite a bit is more of the mapping of Hoenn. I took some feedback from some of you who said the game has too much water in it still, after the effects of Groudon, and you're right. So, for the east side of Hoenn that's mostly water, I plan on expanding the land much more than I originally anticipated. Just remember, part of the plot is that Team Magma did succeed in expanding the land, but the effects of it weren't as perfect as they'd hoped it would be. Many of you have already seen gameplay of what happened to Lavaridge Town after the eruption of Mount Chimney, but I did mention that Sootopolis City, built on a non-active volcano, also erupted as Groudon made it active again. So yes, Sootopolis City was destroyed as well, but Wallace the gym leader was able to get everyone out there in time, because he was a little more involved in the battle against Team Magma. Sootopolis City has been completely rebuilt in the newly formed mountainous terrain created by the cooling magma of the volcano. The magma in Sootopolis, however, still runs hot, and you can see in these clips, still has some glowing lava peeking through the ground. I thought these graphics looked really cool and they were very easy for me to implement, as I took the animated tiles from the rocky platform that Groudon stands on in Pokemon Emerald during the fight against Kyogre and used those. I changed the brown color to this dark gray, and I think it's really cool showing off the cooling lava above ground. Now, does it fully make sense that the people of Sootopolis would like to rebuild their city on top of these new lava flats? No, not really, but it looks really freaking cool, so it's staying in the game. If you saw my recent YouTube short, you'd also know that Lilycove City is getting a pretty major redesign as well. This city was once a relaxing coastal city with nice attractions near the sea, but since a lot of water in this area dried up from Groudon, it has now become a little more run down, showing its economic decline. New buildings and roads were built while the city was thriving, but now that the city isn't as popular, it's become more run down with potholes in the ground and abandoned buildings falling apart, as well as graffiti on the walls. I also made quite a bit of development of the story involving Team Magma, but I don't want to spoil it in this video. Just know there's a cool new place in the Route 111 desert called Mirage Temple, which is like an expanded version of Mirage Tower from Pokemon Emerald. These new places and features are also alongside many minor updates like NPC dialogue, bug fixes, and preparing the game for a playable beta state, which will probably be up to the 5th gen. I'm also going to try and balance the game as best as I can too, and as I said before, this is not a difficulty ROM hack, but will be slightly harder than the original Ruby and Sapphire. I've also been taking a closer look at viewer feedback and seeing how I can apply things the community wants in the game. Alright, so I hope you guys have been enjoying some of this new content I'm showing in this video, and I'm really excited to work on it more. But just remember, ROM hacking is long and tedious, and will take some time to get all completed. Meanwhile, I'm doing my best not to get burned out on the project, so I too have been taking breaks as needed. Again, if you're interested in helping with the development of Pokemon Ruby 2, either as a beta tester, sprite designer, or a music insertion, feel free to join the Crazy Kingdom Discord server and let me know how you'd like to contribute. Also, like I said at the beginning of the video, thanks for 30,000 subscribers and welcome to everyone who is new to the Crazy Kingdom. The more people that get hyped up for this ROM hack, the more fun the launch will be. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.